This message is for divine feminines that are dealing with the anxiety and pressure and feelings of being terrified about reaching out to their twin flame, connecting with their twin flame. And this is coming from Juby Z's comment. She said, so question, we're constantly taught don't reach out, don't text him, wait for him to reach out, to the point where we're terrified to reach out, that we will ruin it or sabotage it. I mean, Jesus, what if? And it's a long comment. And then I replied, like, who's saying this to you? And then she replied back. And I want to kind of deconstruct this, because there's so much bullshit out there. And I'm going to keep saying this, and I will keep beating this drum forever. There is no one size fits all, and there is no one that should be your outer authority besides yourself, not even your twin. You are your own authority. And this journey becomes very scary and very intense and very confusing when you continue to give powers outside of you the authority, right? Psychics, tarot. I love psychics. I love tarot. I do tarot, like, not for other people, for myself, okay? Don't ask me for a reading. I won't do it. I used to do it. Like, that's where I started 20 years ago. I don't do those things anymore. I'm much more interested in helping individuals clear the distortions that are keeping them from knowing for themselves. What we do in the Twin Flame Codex method is we create guidelines for understanding the energetics. We don't tell you what to do or when to do it. That's yuck. So anytime you're seeing that energy, that icky energy, run away from it hard and fast, okay? Yes, if you're feeling inspired from a place that's not desperate and that's not chasing to reach out, reach out. And if they misinterpret you or misconstrue it, this is where the actual work is trusting your initial intuition to reach out. Having your own motherfucking back. What I see happen in the twin dynamic is people are so focused on outcome. This is right in module 1 of the Twin Flame Codex. Okay, you can, now that we're at 1,000 followers, you can go see our stand store and you can go read all about it. I don't have to send you links, so just click on the link in my bio, okay? You get to be in the process and understanding what that means. So when people are so focused on the outcome and that's all that they're caring about or worrying about, they will do fucked up weird shit to have it. This just happened this week. I'm like so attached to the way I want it to feel between me and my wife, right? And I'm like attached to it and I'm like holding on to it. That is when the fear enters, and that's when the fucked up protective instincts come online, right? Being passive aggressive, being manipulative, dropping hints, blaming, like any and all of those things that are like the toxic traits that come out, those come out because we're so obsessed with the outcome. Instead of focusing on who we are being, who we're being asked to evolve to be, right? So when you're in a position of, okay, I'm feeling inspired to reach out and send this message, okay? This has happened twice this week with my wife, okay? I'm gonna send this message and it's coming from like a totally pure place, a totally inspired place. And before I send it, I'm checking in. I'm like, is there any expectation or agenda attached to this? Like needing or wanting a certain reply or trying to like make something happen? And if the answer is no, then send it. But if the answer is yes, and you're trying to get them to change, do something different, see something differently, with a space of agenda, it's, I mean, 9 times out of 10, it's going to backfire and it's not going to go the way that you want. So, but that doesn't mean if you say something and it like backfires in this now moment where like maybe they go into more separation or they don't talk to you or they get pissed at you or whatever. Now here's another layer of work, which is, can you have your back and can you trust yourself and your intuition even when you don't immediately get the outcome that you ultimately desire or want? That's challenging. It's challenging to stand by yourself and to stand by your intuition. And this doesn't mean be like wrongfully certain or like willfully ignorant. No, it just means like, I know my heart and I know my intentions when I reached out. And if they're going to interpret this as like controlling or chasing or whatever it is, then fucking let them, okay? And I did an ART session on this week with my therapist, where I found this huge trigger I have of being misperceived. Of like, when someone misunderstands me or misperceives me, I get so incredibly triggered and I get so incredibly defensive, and I want to like change their mind. That is rooted in insecurity. That's rooted in, I can't trust myself and my own experience unless I have these outside people validating that back to me, right? Like needing to take a poll, right? And have this whole, committee of people on your council that are letting you know if you're like good enough, healed enough, smart enough, kind enough, balanced enough, whatever the fuck it is. That's between you, and not you and your twin. I'm talking about you and you, like the differentiation of the twinness that is you, the individuality, the individual nervous system, the individual body genetics that you came here with. That is between you. And you having that very clear sense of individuality and being able to look yourself in the mirror at the end of the day and love who you are, that is everything. Without that, people will do fucked up shit to try to stay in union with their twin. They will put up with abuse. They will put up with lying. They'll put up with addiction. They'll put up with cheating. They'll put up. And I just want to say, like, from a place of complete understanding, I have never put up with so much shit in any relationship I've ever been in than with my twin. And even saying that, a large part of what has been painful for me in the dynamic, I've done to myself by the way that I have perceived it, the meaning that I've attached to it, etc. But that said, boundaries are essential in this journey, and the boundaries aren't with another person, they're with yourself. I'm not going to allow myself to get wrapped up in a story about this. I am going to detach from it, and I am going to go inward, and I am going to regulate. I'm going to ground myself. I'm going to follow my intuition and do whatever I feel like is next. I don't need to like jump in and solve something or fix something or change something. That's not my job. My job is in here with myself. So I hope this is supportive and helpful. I know that there's a lot of misconceptions out there in the twin flame world. There is a lot of distortion. So I just always continue to invite you to be very discerning. That's the activation in module 1, stage 1 of recognition, is discerning of when you're listening to someone, are you feeling more hopeful and more empowered and more seen? Or are you feeling more anxious or more desperate or more controlled or more rigidity? Like, are you feeling like, oh, there's like this, I don't know, like this twin flame Bible that you have to like follow these like, all these rigid rules. Yeah, that's all going away. That's all going away. It's time for you to stand in your own inner authority and trust your mother love and self. All right. Love you guys.